In this video, I'm going to be discussing how much energy you need to account for when you get an electric vehicle. Hi, my name is Jaime Greene, the Solar Queen, and on my channel I talk about commercial solar, residential solar, and now electric vehicles. Back in January, I took delivery of our Tesla Model Y, and so far I'm really happy with the Tesla. It's been so much fun to drive. I never have to go to a gas station again, and I don't have to pay for fuel prices, which are constantly increasing. I wanted to make this video because my husband and my son and I were going to go play golf, and on our way there he asked me how many miles I've driven in the car so far. So we looked up the trip mileage, the odometer, under the trips screen, and it said that I had driven 3,669 miles. Here's a screenshot. It's actually 3,635 miles. And in that screenshot, you should have seen that it used 1,001 kilowatt hours to power the car to drive those 3,669 miles. So what is the equation for that? Well, the equation turns out to be 3.6 miles for every kilowatt hour. So I have some little sheets to help you see the equation. So when I'm helping a homeowner go solar and I'm asking them the question, do you intend or do you already drive an electric vehicle, and are you planning to charge it from home? And the answer is yes. So they often want to know, how much energy does an electric vehicle use, or how do you figure out how many kilowatt hours and the mileage and all of that? So this is the formula. This is a good, safe bet. Sometimes we can do 4 miles per kilowatt hour, and if you like to go fast and you like to blast your air conditioning and do all the things, 3 miles per kilowatt hour would probably be a good starting point. So 3.5 is right in the middle. And when you look at my trip screen, you can see that I'm getting 3.6 miles per kilowatt hour. In case you want to know, 1,000 watts makes a kilowatt hour. Here, for gas-powered vehicles on average get 20 miles per gallon. That's if you drive a mid-size SUV or even maybe a sedan. You might get more, but let's use 20 miles per gallon. So if you drive 12,000 miles on a gas-powered car, you're going to use 600 gallons, and 600 gallons is at $6.40 right now. That's $3,840 that you could potentially be spending to drive those 12,000 miles, especially if gas prices don't come down, and I don't know that they're coming down anytime soon. So for EVs, we're going to use the 12,000 miles divided by 3.5 miles. That equation now turns into 3,428 kilowatt hours that you need, that you're going to anticipate using to drive 12,000 miles if you're averaging 3.5 miles per kilowatt. I hope that makes sense. I thought I would make these visuals just so it helps you understand the math, and I'll put the math in the description of this video as well. Okay, so that current average kilowatt hour rate in PG&E territory, or mostly all of California, because this is where I live and this is where I help the vast majority of homeowners go solar, as well as commercial businesses for commercial solar. But we're paying about 32 cents a kilowatt hour. I know, it's crazy. I posted this, a video like this on TikTok the other day, and someone said, oh, I only pay 14 cents a kilowatt hour in Pennsylvania. I was like, you're so lucky. It's been several years since we've ever seen those low rates here in California, and there is no end in sight when it comes to rate increases. It's happening. Tomorrow, in fact, I'm going to another Save Our Solar or Don't Tax the Sun rally, but stand up and say, hey, CPUC, please do not tax the sun. Do not make it more expensive and difficult for homeowners and businesses in California to go solar, because the utility companies are wanting to enforce NEM 3.0, and I will do another video on that at a later date. Okay, so let's go back to our math right now. So we determined to drive 12,000 miles with an electric vehicle and be able to charge it from home, we are going to need 3,428 kilowatt hours. So with today's rates of 32 cents, that means you're going to pay $1,000.96 or $1,096.96 if rates never increased. So this is at current rates right now. So $1,000, $1,100, let's call it $1,100 to charge our car from home, which is still better than what the public charging stations and like ChargePoint and even the superchargers are charging. They're more like 45 to 55 cents a kilowatt hour. So it's utility is still coming in cheaper than these charging stations. So keep that in mind. Of course, if you're out and about and you need to charge your car, you need to charge your car and you're going to pay the premium for that because that's a service that they're providing and they've got to make money on their charging too. So when it comes to solar energy and a homeowner looking to cover their historic usage and perhaps adding an electric vehicle in the next year or in the coming months, I oftentimes will ask them, well, how many miles do you plan to drive that electric vehicle per year? And the reason being is we got to use that equation of 3.5 or 3, like in my case, it's 3.6 is the true average kilowatt hours, how many miles per kilowatt hour I can get. 3.5 is generally a good rule of thumb that we're going to need to divide the amount of miles that they drive by 3.5, and that's going to give us how many kilowatt hours we need to include in their solar system to offset charging the car from home with the solar. Most homeowners in California, I am locking in a solar loan, 25-year, 1.99%. I'm locking in for them. If they're not getting a battery, they don't need a new roof, they don't need a main panel upgrade, maybe a main panel upgrade, but just straight up solar, I'm locking in between 13 and 16 cents a kilowatt hour fixed rate over 25 years that solar system is going to produce, the estimated production. So let's just take that into consideration, what the true cost would be to charge the car if they got solar. So 3,428 kilowatt hours to drive the 12,000 miles at 16 cents is $548.48 is what it's going to cost if you want to, find out how much dollar for dollar that's going to be to drive your car, your electric car, and charge it from home with the solar system. That to me seems like a better deal when it comes to charging your car than going to the supercharger or the charging station or even continuing to use the utility company if you haven't gotten solar yet. This is another reason why solar energy makes a lot of sense, especially when more and more homes are going solar, more and more homeowners are moving to electric vehicles, and why you want to factor that in if you're going solar and if you're going to be adding an electric vehicle, because at the end of the day, as you probably have heard on several of my YouTube videos, solar is a construction project. It's a one-time opportunity to get the system sized properly to meet your energy needs, to give you a buffer if it's extra hot, because it's getting hotter and hotter every year, and you're wanting to run your air conditioning and live comfortably. So why not build in that extra energy that you need through the solar system and still save on your energy costs comparatively speaking to what you're paying to the utility company? That is my video today, that how much energy you should be factoring in if you buy an electric vehicle, how much energy it's going to take to charge your car. And if you get solar, it's an even greater deal for you, and it's all energy that's clean and coming from the sun. If you are interested in getting solar for your home, please make sure to check my description below. It has the link to my website to set up a meeting with me. We meet over Zoom or on the phone, and we'll go over your home and all that you need in terms of solar energy to cover the historic usage of your home for the last 12 months. And any anticipated additional energy that you might need, we're going to want to know that. So I would love to meet with you for solar for your home. If you have an EV, if you drive a Tesla and you want to power that car with solar, let's set up a time to meet. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Make sure to share it with people that have EVs or are thinking of getting EVs. I think this will be very informative for them, and they can kind of get an idea of the true cost to charge their car and drive it on an annual basis. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.